Daggone telemarketers, leave me alone. Oh, I hate that. Don't you hate that? I know if you're 65 or over, you are, or getting ready to be 65, you are constantly getting bombarded with telephone calls. You're also getting a lot of mail. People say, fill this out, send it back in, we'll send you information. Let me give you a little advice. Don't. Real simple. One, when you fill out those cards and send it back in, you're giving permission for somebody to call you. Technically speaking, nobody is supposed to call you to talk to you about Medicare Advantage or Medicare prescription drug coverage. Different rule for supplements, but for Advantage prescription drug coverage, they are not allowed to call you unless you have invited them to call you. And how do they do that? They send out a card. You sign that card, send it back in. Yeah, give me a call. And sometimes they'll share that with people. They're trying to change the laws on some of this, but as of right now, don't send anything back in. They can call you. And if they do call you, don't answer. So, a lot of times you guys have gotten used to, we all have gotten used to seeing calls come in from numbers we don't know. And, you can just let it go to voicemail, go back and listen to it. And if it's somebody that's important, you can call them back. If it's a telemarketer, don't talk to them. Here's what happens. And I don't want to speak for all of them, but here's my experience with a lot of my own clients or our own clients in here. These people will call you up. You don't know them from Adam. They might be legitimate, but you don't even know where they're at. So first of all, they don't know our marketplace. We work primarily, we're in Indiana, we have license for other states, but frankly, we pretty much don't sell in those other states. We are focused on Indiana, very specifically central and southern Indiana, and we know the market here. We know the little things that you won't know if you live somewhere else. Sometimes I might recommend company B to you, but I wouldn't do that because I know you want to go to, let's say, St. Francis Hospital, and that's not in the network. They don't know that. So that might be important to you. So those kind of things you need to find out from somebody local. The other thing about that person is they're talking to you over the phone. Most of us are better with using all of our senses if we can. Seeing, hearing, feeling, all those kind of things. So if you're just listening and you're trying to take in something that can be very complex, are you really grasping everything? Are you thinking of everything to ask? Are they telling you everything they're supposed to talk about? Those calls, I've had people say they've been on there for an hour or two. Or even maybe they weren't even telemarketers, they reached out to call the 1-800 number and they're on there with a telesales person who, again, is not local, doesn't know your market, doesn't know the network and the plan specific to your area. United Healthcare, Anthem, Cigna, whoever is not the same literally in every county within a state, let alone from state to state. It can vary greatly. You need a local expert, whether it be us or another independent agent who works in your area to help you with these problems or with your search for the coverage. So you'll get these calls, they'll tell you about things. Oh, did you know you qualify for a give back? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. They use a lot of tactics to it's almost a switch and bait. They'll say you might qualify to get this, or you might qualify for a food card. Well, a lot of times you have to be on Medicaid as well as Medicare. And I have found the following. So what I'm telling you is not a rumor. I'm not making accusations because I don't know the specific people who did it. But they use something to change people outside of the annual enrollment period. Typically, you can only switch Advantage plans during the annual enrollment period, October 15th through December the 7th. Outside of that time, you have to have a special enrollment period. It means you had to have some kind of a life event change. Maybe you move to another state and your plan is different there, so you have to re-enroll or something like that. They will sometimes make up things like saying that you are maintaining your status as a Medicaid person. I had that just the other day. This lady's never been on Medicaid. Nobody checked it. Meaning that when they submitted it and it goes up to CMS, which is Medicare, they're supposed to verify those kind of things. They don't. Or I've seen them use natural disasters. Well, the natural disaster was in Florida where the agent was. It wasn't here in Indiana. We don't have hurricanes here. So there was no natural disaster, but they used that to switch a person, which is illegal. But they switched them to a plan that they don't know if it's any good or not because they didn't have the material in front of them. So let me encourage you, don't take those calls. If you don't know who they are, talk to a local one. Hey, give us a call. Obviously, we want you to call us, but talk to a local person in your area that's an independent agent, represents a lot of companies, and they will have your best interest at heart. So be careful, be cautious. Don't be one of those people who calls me and says, Gary, I've made a mistake. I started letting them talk, and they kept talking. Next thing I know, I think I signed up. And I might not be able to help you get out of it until the annual enrollment period. So don't let that happen to yourself. Be cautious. Question everything, And if you have any questions, just let us know. Give us a call. We'll be happy to answer any questions. Make sure that you follow us and like us and share our information with all of your friends on social media. And here's until the next time. Thank you.